Hello and welcome to the HPI racing video. If you feel like racing your model car now, then it's time to put your skills to the test and compete with other racers at the racetracks. This video follows on from the Getting Started video and is intended to show you a little bit more about our great hobby and ultimately show you how easy it can be to get out there and race your HPI model car. This footage is based around the HPI race series, the HPI Challenge, which is organised for you with national races, European and even World Championship races every year. The recommendations we make in this video will help you get organised for almost every type of race series. So let's see what we need to do to get you racing. In radio control model magazines, you will often find information about the HPI Challenge. You can also visit our web pages at www.hpi-europe.com. They tell you all the details about races near you and everything you need to know about regulations. Read the regulations carefully and find out which race class your type of car fits into. On this video, we're going to start with the HPI Challenge Electric Sport class. However, the basic procedure is the same at all classes. After you have chosen a race, you need to apply. On the website, you will find the necessary details. The easiest way is to mail a written application to the address given on the website. Make sure to write your name down, the date of the race, the class and your radio frequencies. In order to take part in a race, you are required to name the frequencies of your radio. Usually they are indicated on the crystals in the transmitter and on the receiver. It is a good idea to have another set of crystals with a different frequency in case you have to change them at the track. You can get these from your local RC dealer. You should also list this frequency on your application form. In our video, we also have frequency 27.145, or yellow crystal. Now you just have to enclose the starting fee in your application and send it off. Just like in Formula 1, preparation is necessary to make everything run smoothly on the racing day. The first thing to do is check the car. Make sure that all the screws are tight and that no parts of the motor mounting are loose. Also check the transmission runs smoothly. Remove the motor or the pinion gear to do this. All four wheels should turn easily now. Check if your transmitter works properly and charge if necessary. Charge the batteries for the transmitter and charge the receiver before you go to race. One charge should be enough to last for one day of racing. The battery packs for the car are best charged with a fast charger immediately before your race. At most racetracks, you will need a 12-volt car battery to run your fast charger. Don't forget to charge it overnight before the race. Your RC dealer has different types of charger and will help you choose the right one for your purpose. The total charging time should not exceed 45 minutes per battery pack. We recommend at least 3 battery packs for the car so they don't wear out too fast. You can charge one of these at home the day before your practice for convenience. At the HPI Challenge races, we put the fun factor into racing first. With this in mind, we have controlled several items that can be used in each class of racing. We often do this to keep your costs down, but without losing any of the enjoyment or competitiveness of the race series. We advise you to read the relevant regulations carefully and check if the setup of your car fulfills them. The regulations may tell you which tyres you can use. If required, you can get these from your local RC dealer. For your first race, you don't need more than one set of tyres. Prepare the wheels and tyres at home and mount them to your car. An extra set of tyres can be helpful sometimes, but is not necessary for your first race. Different HPI tyre inserts are also available. Again, your RC dealer or local club drivers will help you make the right choices. Now you need the right motor for your car. The regulation for your class will tell you which motor you need to use. Standardised motors keep the costs down and make sure that each racer has the same chances. In this video, we are showing a sport class electric race. But the basic principle of using the same equipment applies to nitro classes as well. Now your model is ready for its first racing experience. Now let's have a look at your pit box equipment. In the following, we show you what we recommend taking when you go to a race. First up, don't forget the second set of crystals which you have named in your application form. In case you need to do some repairs at the racetrack, you'll need to take the tools that you used when assembling the model. You'll also find a list of these tools required in your instruction manual. To charge your batteries at the racetrack, bring the fast charger with you, which you've seen earlier in this video. Or, if you've decided on a nitro car, remember to bring your nitro fuel, fuel bottle, and a charged glow plug starter. Now you are all set up for your first race. Most RC race meetings start early on Sunday mornings and will last most of the day, so get a good night's sleep, it's a good idea. The race organiser will usually provide details of the day's events and show a printed race schedule for the day ahead. Usually, there will be time for practice in the morning. Make sure to be there early enough to give yourself plenty of time to unpack your things and to practice. Some racetracks provide tables and chairs to be used as pits, but it is a good idea to bring your own. Set out your table and then connect your charger and charge another set of batteries for practice. For the first practice, you should use the battery you have already charged at home overnight. Important announcements are usually printed out and stuck onto a notice board. This race was filmed in Germany, but the same process occurs at all HPI Challenge races around the world. You will find your name on the heat list and see which group of drivers you are racing with. Make a note of the number of your heat, your starting number, and the frequency you are required to use. Also write down or keep in mind the times when your heats start if a timetable is listed. Put the correct crystals into your transmitter and receiver, being careful not to damage the crystals or their connectors when you swap these over. When you have completed this, replace the body shell and you are now ready to race. Now you can run your first practice laps with the batteries already charged at home. The first thing to do is go to the driver's stand or rostrum and check nobody is using your crystal. Announce your frequency to the drivers on the rostrum loud and clear. If another driver is using the same frequency, he will tell you so and you'll have to wait until he is finished. If nobody answers to your announcement, that means your frequency is free and you can switch your car on and drive. When you start driving, you should first set the steering trim to check that the car is going in a straight line. Make sure that you do not obstruct any of the other drivers on the track when you check this. Slowly make yourself familiar with the track. Being really fast is not important at the beginning of the practice. Let other drivers pass if they are faster than you. If you have any questions, other drivers will usually help. Do not hesitate to ask other drivers. They are happy to help beginners and share their knowledge with new racers. Usually the practice time is enough for 2 or 3 sets of batteries. As we've already said, the first thing to do is become familiar with the track. If you encounter any serious problems with the handling of your car, you can again ask another driver. You will usually get valuable tips from the experienced drivers. Always keep an eye on the timetable and charge a set of batteries in good time for the first heat. The charging time depends on your individual charger. Before the heats, there will be a drivers' meeting, where the race director gives you important information about the race, safety issues, and general rules about the club that you are racing at. It is important you attend this driver's briefing. Just as in full-scale racing, you need to stick your starting number to your car's body. The numbers will be handed out by the race director or collected at race control. Timekeeping is usually done automatically with a computerised A and B timing device, almost identical to those used in real car racing, but slightly smaller. You will be given a transponder from the timekeeper, which corresponds to the car number. You collect this about 5 minutes before your race. Putting it into your car is quite simple. You just have to drill a 7mm hole through the bonnet, push the transponder into the hole and fix it with a body clip. Don't forget to stick your starting number onto your car. When your heat is called to race, take your car to the starting line and line up with the other cars. Each driver starts on his own and races against the clock. This is called a staggered start and is perfectly normal. Listen out for your starting number. Only when you hear this does your race start. Don't risk anything in the first heat. You don't want to damage your car right away. Give yourself time to get familiar with the track and with racing itself. Practice is the key here. The more you practice, the better and faster you will get. After each heat, all cars are handed into the technical inspection area where they are checked against the HPI challenge rules. Immediately after that, you are expected to marshal for the next group of racers out onto the track. You should stand on the marshal post, the same as your car number. Find your post and watch the nearby corners. In case of a crash, put the car back onto the track where it left it. Be careful not to disturb the other drivers. After marshalling for one heat, you can return to pick up your car from the technical inspection area. The results of the heats are printed off and displayed on the notice board. Don't be too disappointed if other drivers are faster than you. They probably have done a lot more practicing at this stage. Prepare your car for the next heat now. Charge the batteries and check your car over. The ride height is one important area you should look at now. It shouldn't be too low, otherwise your car or its body will be touching the ground. The ride height can be altered using the small shock spacers included in your kit. Don't forget to get your transponder for the next heat. Again, try to drive as carefully as possible. You will soon find out that you get faster as your driving gets more confident. And remember, a driving mistake which means you need the help of the marshals relatively costs you a lot of time. After the qualifying heats, a results table and finals positions will be listed and posted on the notice board. All the drivers will be divided into new groups. Check your frequency, your number, and the new timetable if displayed. There is usually a short break in between the qualifying rounds and the finals, so you can enjoy a short break and grab some food. At the same time, remember to charge your batteries in good time for your first final. Change your crystals if necessary. Also, you probably need to have a new starting number to stick on your car. This is all to be done during the break. Make sure the number of your transponder matches your new starting number. At the start of the final, you will line up like a proper Grand Prix grid, and all drivers will start at the same time. So try to avoid crashing into your opponents, as you could easily end up damaging your car, or simply slow yourself down and need to be marshalled. Depending on the race meeting you have attended, there might be more than one final. This will be indicated on the timetable at the beginning of the day. Recharge your batteries if necessary. After each final, the cars have to be handed into the technical inspection area again, just like you did after your heats. You also have to marshal at the track again. The results of the finals will either be printed and posted onto the notice board or announced aloud over the microphone at the end of the day. Remember that other drivers are always there to help you with problems and to answer your questions. Sometimes they even help you out with their own material, for instance if you wanted to try another set of tyres. There is a lot to discover in the world of model car racing, and with each race you will get to know your car better and better. Remember, the main point of your first race is to make yourself familiar with racing. You can always improve your racing at the next event, and you'll soon see how practice and experience help you become a better racer. And one day it could be you on the winning podium.